I never believed those stories about Blackwood Forest. People said the woods could imitate voices, that it could call your name in the dark. I thought it was just another internet myth, but after what happened to us that night, I don't go near forests anymore. And if you ever hear someone calling your name from the trees, don't answer. They entered Blackwood Forest just before sunset. There were 4 of us. They planned to stay one night, record some footage, and leave the next morning. At first, everything felt normal. The forest was quiet. Too quiet. No birds, no insects. Nothing. Even the air felt strange. I remember Daniel joking that the place looked dead, and honestly, it did. Around 7 p.m., we found a clearing and set up our tents. That's when I noticed something disturbing. There were no animal sounds anywhere, not a single one. It felt like the entire forest was listening. But we ignored it. That was our first mistake. Around midnight, I woke up suddenly. I don't know why. The fire outside had almost died, and the forest was completely dark. Then I heard it. A woman's voice, very soft, very far away, calling someone's name. At first I thought I was dreaming, but then I heard it again, closer this time. Daniel. I froze, because Daniel's mother had died years ago, and somehow, the voice sounded exactly like her. I remember looking toward Daniel. His face had completely changed, like all the blood drained from it. Nobody spoke after that. We just sat there in silence, listening. Then we heard footsteps, slow footsteps, circling our tent. Crunch, 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 like someone was walking around us, over and over again. But whenever we looked outside, there was nothing there. At around 2 in the morning, Daniel disappeared. 1 second, he was sitting beside the fire. The next, he was gone. No scream, no sound, nothing. We searched everywhere using flashlights, calling his name. But the deeper we walked into the forest, the stranger things became. I started hearing whispers behind me. Not words, just breathing. Then suddenly, I saw someone standing between the trees. Tall, thin, completely motionless. At first I thought it was Daniel, but something felt wrong. Its arms looked too long, and its head was tilted unnaturally to one side. I couldn't even move. I just stared at it, and then it smiled. Not like a human smile, something worse. That thing moved into the darkness so fast, it didn't even look real. That's when panic hit us, and we ran. After running for what felt like forever, we found an old ranger cabin deep in the woods. The place looked abandoned for decades. Inside, everything was covered in dust, but near one wall, we found dozens of cassette tapes. Most were labeled with dates from the 1980s. One of us managed to play a recording, and I still remember what the ranger said. "If you hear familiar voices, do not follow them." His voice sounded terrified. Then the tape continued. It learns from your memories. The moment those words played, something knocked on the cabin door. 3 slow knocks. We all froze instantly. Then we heard Daniel's voice outside, begging to be let in. At first I felt relieved, but then I realized something horrifying. Daniel's voice never sounded natural. It was too perfect, too calm, almost like something was copying the way he spoke. Then scratching sounds started coming from outside the cabin walls. Fast scratching, like claws dragging across wood. That's when we understood something terrible. Whatever was outside wasn't human. A few minutes later, the cabin lights died completely. Everything went black. I could hear breathing all around me, not one person breathing. Multiple. Then I heard whispering directly beside my ear. My name. Very softly. Sarah. I turned slowly toward the darkness. And for 1 second, I saw a face inches away from mine. Pale skin, huge black eyes, and that same unnatural smile. I screamed and ran out of the cabin. I didn't even look back. I just kept running through the forest until sunrise. When police finally found me the next morning, I was alone. The others were never found. But the strangest part happened later. Investigators reviewed our camera footage, and in one clip recorded after I escaped, someone who looked exactly like me was standing deep in the forest, completely still, smiling at the camera, waiting. Sometimes, late at night, I still hear voices outside my window, calling my name, and every time I hear them, they sound closer,